Welcome to Behind the Veil. Now, here is your transformational coach, Tammy Cox.
So, if I could give you one thing on this call that would make the biggest difference in your life, what would that one thing be?
If I could get the most out of this podcast, an interview from you, I think it would be to kind of know myself more, like my wants, what I actually want at my core, because I feel like I've been so influenced by the world around me and expectations that it's really hard to know what actually makes me happy or would make me feel fulfilled.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, and is there a certain department when you say to know what I want? Is there one department that really stands out to you?
Relationships, I really struggle. Not even just friendships, but even like romantic relationships. I have a tendency to let myself be swayed, whether I think at the beginning something is not for me. If someone's persistent enough, I tend to just cave and give in, even though I feel like from the jump it's not a good fit.
So you don't trust your intuition.
Yeah, or like I've just made it, yeah, I guess maybe I don't trust my intuition or I don't give it enough credit.
And why don't you trust your intuition?
Um, I feel like maybe I just am afraid of making the wrong choice, or I'm just scared that one wrong decision could be like the end all, or I'm also scared, like in relationships, if I don't pick a person, I'll end up with like nobody. And I mean, I think I'm not afraid to just be alone. I'm trying to accept that that's okay. But if that's what I want, because I don't even know if I really want a relationship or if I just want like companionship. Like I think I would like to define what my wants and needs are because it's really hard to see them clearly.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you allow yourself to feel them clearly, to see them clearly?
No, actually, I feel like whenever I have, and I notice this a lot in my personal relationships, the minute that something gets upsetting or uncomfortable, I would just rather walk away and just drop everything and not work on it because I feel like I have had to process or work through my emotions on my own, but I don't process them. I just simmer in them and then like, okay, whatever, I have to get back to my life. I have to get back to work. So I don't acknowledge and treat the actual emotions.
Yeah. And where does that come from?
I think it really comes from having to only depend on myself and just not really having I know my mom was going through it when she was raising us. But no one in my family really has like the emotional intelligence to like stop and say, this hurts my feelings and this is, what I don't like and please don't do it again. It's always like just lashing out or fighting and then ignoring it and coming back to being a family. And so
Hmm.
no one really addresses issues, so nothing ever really gets fixed. And sometimes I do feel like maybe I make something out of nothing. Even though I feel like all feelings should be valid, on all emotions should be valid because they're not like in our control, they just come up. But a lot of times, like, I've just been told that my emotions are like too big or like I'm doing too much.
So you didn't feel growing up that your emotions, you were allowed to feel your emotions.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was no one to like teach me about them. There was no one to help me even identify them. Like sometimes I realize now, like I'll be getting angry, but I'll have to stop and ask myself, and I realize I'm hurt,
Hmm.
not just angry.
Yeah. Underneath anger is pain. It's just a secondary emotion. Okay, so I want to go into a little bit of your story because I know you were a teenage mom. Right.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your life from teenage mom as in the way of relationships as a teenage mom
Okay.
up until the present moment.
As a teenage mom, I was a child basically. I was very childish when I got pregnant. The reason why I got pregnant was because I was trying to make my current boyfriend jealous by sleeping with his friend, which is so childish. And that's how I ended up pregnant. I slept with this person one time. And so I know for a fact in that relationship, I was just seeking attention. I wanted all the attention. I didn't get any attention at home, and I recognized that. And so I also realized that I was doing anything in my relationships to please my partner. And I would say things, I would lead with my sexuality for sure, because I really felt like that was my strongest asset. And it got the attention that I thought I wanted. And so after that, I tried to be with the father of my child, but I just remember like driving with him in the car and thinking like I'm not happy. I'm not happy in this relationship. I'm not happy with this person. We had different goals in life and different wants at the time. We were living at my mom's house and he was thinking about vacation while I was trying to get out of the house. Like I don't want to live at this home with my child. So I broke up with him, and then I had my son a month after I turned 17, and I broke up with him 2 months later. The following year, when I turned 18, I was kicked out, got my car, and I had my own place. And just before I turned 19, we found out that my son had a disability where he gets seizures. So I tried to get back with my father of my child, and it was really just a power play. Really, truly, it was a power. I just did it because I knew that I could. It wasn't because I wanted to be with him. It was just because I knew that I could, and he was there. But again, I wasn't happy. And then I just didn't really date a lot. I had maybe a few relationships after that. I've mostly just been on my own. But I know for a fact, like one relationship that I got really hung up on was what they call a situationship. And I think I got so hung up on it because him and I had a lot of fun together. And I don't feel like I have a lot of fun anymore.
Hmm.
So it was really hard for me to let that go. And I realized too in that relationship, he had me as the other woman. And a lot of times I end up being the other woman unintentionally. Like I just didn't know I got played. And it just makes me realize like I settle for like the bare minimum. I don't really ask for anything. I really just want like time and attention. And that's so that one ended because he, well, told me to leave him alone and he went back with his ex. I don't think they worked out, but whatever. And more recent, like I really gotta tell you, it's just been on and off dating and nothing really serious. My most recent relationship ended this year. It was a couple of months, but I know that I have a very hot and cold tendency. So like I'll be very interested, but then I will self-sabotage or I'll think of something or I'll think about what other people will perceive our relationship as or I'll care about like how society will look at me with this person and I'll think all the worst things and I'll make up these things in my head and I will sabotage the relationship and I have this tendency to where like if we fight, that's it, I want to break up, it's over. But then I come back and I'm like, I didn't mean it. I think we need to work with this out. Like I pick you, I want you. And then break up again and then try again. And that's like the pattern that I see a lot in relationships that the other person wants to try with me.
Does it feel like you pick unavailable men?
I really didn't think with this last one he was unavailable. I just maybe can't tell if they're unavailable. Like maybe I
Well,
pick them
if you're always the other woman, then you're picking someone who's unavailable, right?
with the instance that it was when I was younger, I think I did it out of like validation. But for example, with the situation that really, really, really hurt me, the one that I had fun with, he would say like, no, we're not together. And then I would see that they were not together. And like, I would say, okay, they're not together. And he would literally spend almost every day with me. So I literally assumed like, how can someone spend almost every day with me, every night with me, but then still have a girlfriend?
Mm.
So it was just confusing to me. It's not
Mhm.
like I intentionally was like, oh, you have a girlfriend? That's hot. It was more like I liked this person. I met him in public. He didn't tell me he had a girlfriend. Things developed organically. I later found out that he had a girlfriend.
Okay. Our patterns are just based on our belief. Right. So by me asking if you're picking unavailable men, this just means that you have beliefs going on, right? It doesn't mean that you know all the facts or you don't know why you are attracting these patterns. And that's what this is meant to do. I want to look at the patterns so that we can go back to the beliefs to figure out what are the beliefs that are creating the pattern. So when it comes to your fears in relationships, like you alluded to being alone. You said, I don't want to be alone at some point. And then you said, When things get uncomfortable, I walk away. But what are the fears underneath that? If you can look into it, if we could get a little, magnifying glass, what are the fears underneath it in those moments?
The true fear is that, I mean, it shouldn't be a fear, it's a possibility, but that um they would find somebody better, or there's already somebody better, or they're just settling with me, or I will say I forgot to mention, I think in a lot of my previous like relationships that were like the long ones, a pattern of mine is that I feel like I do open the door or I do like initiate for them to pursue me and make it very obvious that I'm interested.
I think we're getting somewhere. You feel like they'll find someone better and that they'll just settle for you.
Yeah, all right. Honestly, like with my last relationship, he was younger than me, but he had this like vision of like, yeah, why not find somebody and build a life and have them with you through every step of the way. And like, I don't know if I believe that that's like a real thing,
You don't believe what's a real thing.
that people could be like devoted and faithful for years and years and years.
Where did that idea come from?
I think it's because I've never really seen it. Like my grandparents are together, but they went through their trials and tribulations. My grandmother went through like three marriages, four, I don't know. And my mom is a horrible example of someone in any kind of relationship or romantic love. So, and I've never experienced it. Like I've never really experienced someone choosing me and like every time choosing me. I once had a good friend who I really learned how to be a friend with, and literally 50-50. We even called each other sisters. And then eventually she got a boyfriend, and this boyfriend was like whispering things to her about how I'm not a good friend, but it's because I would try to have her have better standards and whatever friends do, what friends do. And so ultimately she ended up telling me that I was a bad friend. She called me the B word and like just completely dropped me, and it was because of a man. So I feel like I hold a lot of anger maybe towards men, or like I just feel like people and friends and men alike could be swayed by a person if it's the person says the right thing. And it won't matter like all your previous actions and how much you invested, because I mean, yes, people can change their mind and leave you, but I just am always scared that something's gonna come and make that switch and they're gonna leave. And it'll be so easy to leave me.
Okay. It will be easy to leave you. We're going to go into that. Okay, so this is the point where I'm going to have you get very relaxed. So I want you to find yourself in the most comfortable sitting position with your spine as straight as possible. If possible, feet flat on the ground with no shoes or socks on. So you have that direct connection. There you go. Find that comfortable position. And I want you to just relax your body. And try to remember to keep that spine straight. That's our little signal, our little antenna. So try and keep that as straight as possible. I'll remind you because sometimes it's a tendency to bend, but focus on that antenna being absolutely straight, like there's a string at the top of your head, pulling that spine very, very straight. That's right. And I want you to tune into your breath and begin to just follow the breath into the body, taking deeper, slower, more aware breaths. I want you to guide that breath all the way down to the bottom of your spine. Hold for a second. And as you exhale out, I want you to imagine just releasing resistance, allowing your muscles to just relax, to totally let go. That's right. I want you to imagine the earth rising up to hold your body right there underneath your sit bones, underneath your feet. Feel the earth holding you. That's right. And I want you to just allow your muscles to let go, to release, to surrender, and to just relax. Perfect. And I want you to imagine right above your head, sitting on top of your head, is a big ball of energy, a healing, loving energy ball sitting right there on the top of your head. And I want you to go ahead and give this energy ball a color. Any color that feels healing and loving. What color would that be?
Like a lavender.
Lavender. Beautiful. So I want you to connect to that lavender energy bubble right above your head. And I want you to open up that moonroof at the top of your head. Picture the top of your scalp sort of opening up like a moonroof to absorb and allow that lavender energy to pour down through the top of your head. And I want you to let this sort of be like a liquidy fluid that comes down through the top of your head, filling every single cell of your body as it moves down, filling both hemispheres of your brain, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your lips, your mouth, your chin, your cheeks, your entire head with this lavender healing energy, allowing it to be absorbed by each cell, going deeper and deeper and deeper. And I want you to see the cells of your body opening up to receiving this energy as it moves down your throat and your neck to your shoulders, down your arms to your elbows, to your wrists, to your fingers, allowing it to pour down through your heart. And as it comes to your heart, I want you to see your heart opening up to receiving it, knowing that it's safe and good and right for you to allow this healing, peaceful, loving energy to be absorbed by each cell. And I want you to allow it to move down, 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 down your abdomen, down your back, filling each organ, each muscle, each tissue, each strand of DNA, RNA, all the way down to the epigenetics. As it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, allowing each muscle to just completely relax, let go, knowing that this energy is your natural state. It is who you are on a deep cellular level. Moving it down to your hips, down to your knees, down to your ankles and your toes, filling your entire body with this liquid love. That's right. I want you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, I want you to exhale out this lavender energy to completely absorb the body, creating a big bubble, a big, beautiful bubble all around your body, about 6 feet out on every side, so that you're sitting in this beautiful, peaceful, loving energy bubble. And with each breath that you take and each beat of your heart, you're allowing this lavender energy to go deeper and deeper and deeper on a cellular level, while also expanding it out from your body, filling the room that you're in, the home that you're in, your street, your city, your state, your country, until it goes all the way out to the entire world, holding the entire world in this peaceful, loving lavender energy. That's right. And as long as you're in this bubble and connected to this color, you feel these beautiful feelings of peace and safety and love, because this is your natural set point. This is who you are on the deepest level of your being. This is who you really are. And if at any point you feel your heart beating a little too fast, you feel any sort of fear come in or any sort of discomfort, all you have to do is think about this lavender energy, and you'll feel these feelings of safety and love and protection. So I'm going to have you tune into your body. In fact, I'm going to have you go to the very center of your body. Go all the way in to the nucleus, the very center of you and your body. And I'm going to turn your attention to these conversations we were having earlier, where you feel not chosen. And I want you to notice that there's a place in your body where you feel these emotions, where you store these emotions of I'm not chosen or I won't be chosen. I want you to recognize there's a place in your body where these emotions stem from originally. First impression, I want you to take your hand and place it on that area. That's right. I want you to go into the very center of that. What color is it, first impression?
Like a dark gray.
Dark gray. I want you to go to the very center of that dark gray. And I don't want you to hold back your emotions. I want you to feel them. We must feel them to heal them. So I want you to let yourself feel it. Go all the way to that center of that gray, shadowy area. And I want you to become aware that pictured out, projecting out from that gray area, out from your body is a screen, almost like a computer screen or a television screen. And as you allow that screen to get clearer and clearer, you notice and become aware that on that screen is the very first time you felt these emotions. And I want you to allow that screen to get clearer until you see this memory, this picture or series of pictures. Tell me when you've got it.
It's
Yeah.
just like kind of moments or flashes or just times where I told myself that like my opinion didn't matter or like
Mm-hmm.
what I think or feel doesn't matter.
Is there a dominant one that is becoming clear for you?
I just see like myself very young.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna trust your intuition. The first answer I get, that's the right answer. So first impression, how old are you? Make sure you
Or
keep your eyes closed. Okay, 4. And are you alone or are you with someone?
I feel like there's someone there. I think it's either maybe my mom or dad.
Mm-hmm. And can you picture, sense, or see, smell anything else in that room? What becomes aware to you? What do you become aware of?
I think we're outside and trying to go somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and she's hurrying me along, but I'm like, I have anxiety or some stress about something,
Mm-hmm.
nervousness, and just not wanting to. And she's forcing me, like, we have to go, it's urgent.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to see that gray bubble that your 4-year-old self is in right now. And I actually want you to go inside of her gray bubble. And I want you to feel everything that she's feeling. What is she experiencing right now?
She's scared.
Mhm.
She
You could put your hand down.
she's scared and she's screaming, and she just feels like a soundless room, like just void and empty, and like scribbles everywhere. It's black and gray, but it almost looks like TV static, but scribbles like when you doodle, and like just darkness and no way out and no one around to hear, and just totally isolated.
She feels isolated.
Isolated and hopeless and just completely abandoned
She feels abandoned. Who does she feel abandoned by?
by everyone. I
Uh-huh.
think a lot, well, by her parents, my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel abandoned by everybody. Feels like there's nobody. Feels like just feels like there's no one, and no one's coming.
And what is she worried about?
She's just worried about what's gonna happen to her. She's worried about dying alone. She's worried about never finding comfort or happiness or peace.
Mm-hmm.
And she's worried about the scary things. I guess she thinks that there's things that are scary, things that could hurt her, things that, you know, just things that could hurt her. She's scared.
Mm-hmm. And what is she scared for? Besides dying alone and never finding comfort and peace, what else is she scared for?
She's scared for the unknown because it's just dark. Like there's nothing, she doesn't see anything good. Like she has no guidance. There's no one even to share with. She's just completely alone. She's afraid that her existence is futile, maybe, that there's just no point. She's afraid that she's not gonna contribute.
Mm-hmm.
She's afraid, maybe she's afraid that she was left because she's bad.
She believes she's bad.
I don't think she just understands
Why does she feel like she's bad?
because she feels like why else would people not want her? Or why else would she be abandoned? Why was she not good enough? Why?
Why does she feel like no one wants her?
Because no one stayed. No one stays. And they leave her alone, and they know that she'll survive, but no one stays, no one picks her, no one keeps them even in the hard times, no one. She feels like maybe she's bad because she lashes out too much. She does have big feelings, even the feelings of being scared are big.
Mm-hmm. I want you to look deep into her eyes. I want you to connect to all these emotions she's feeling. I want you to tell her that you've come all the way back from the future to be with her in this moment, to feel these feelings that she's still holding on to. I want you to tell her it's safe and good and right for her to feel these feelings because they're her truth. They were her experience. And I want you to tell her that she didn't have someone to walk her through her emotions, but you're going to do that for her right here and now. That's what you've come here to do, is to help her process these emotions, to feel them for her, to take on those big emotions that she couldn't take on herself. She was just a little girl. I want you to look deep in her eyes and I want you to feel all of her pain. We must feel it to heal it, and we must release this burden she's been carrying for a very long time. I want you to tell her that these emotions are not big. This is called being a human, and that she has a right to feel all those feelings. I want you to tell her that she didn't have someone to guide her, but that's what you're going to do. That you are going to walk her through all these emotions and allow her to be heard and seen and felt and loved, that she's never alone because you've always been with her, that you will always be here for her, and that you're going to give her all the things that she needs. You're going to meet those needs. She will never, ever, ever feel alone again. Is she believing you as you're telling her these things?
Mm, she wants to. Like, she's happy that there's actually someone there acknowledging her.
Mm-hmm. I want you to ask her what she needs from you to believe these things.
I think that she just needs me to be softer,
Mm-hmm.
to not be afraid to, like, feel those feelings.
Mm-hmm. Can you
She,
do that for her?
I could try, yeah, I could definitely try.
What else does she need from you in order to believe this?
I need to acknowledge and accept that what you're saying is true, that I was a child at the time, and that is still that version of me still lives in me.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to acknowledge it and not reject it and embrace it and realize that whatever I did or went through, I needed to do to survive, to
Mm-hmm.
get to where I am today. And it's okay to stop the fight now. There's no more fighting. It's just me. There's no one around me that can hurt me anymore. And I just need to continually create that safe space for me and rest assured that I can decide and to answer and abate or soothe these feelings if they arise. I just have to acknowledge them and accept them.
Mm-hmm. Can you do that?
Yeah,
So can she believe you now? Ask her, is she believing you now?
she's apprehensive, but yes.
Mm-hmm. I want you to tell her how wonderful she is, how beautiful, how perfect she is in every way. I want you to tell her how amazing her gifts are, that all this love and emotion that she has is actually her superpower. She loves so hard and so strong. I want you to tell her that she is perfect, that there's nothing she needs to change about herself, that she doesn't need to act in any sort of way to please other people, but she just needs to own her own power. She needs to see how worthy and wonderful and how enough she is. That she wouldn't even be here if she wasn't worthy of having all of the love that she desires. That all she needs to do is let it in, to feel safe enough to let it in. I want you to give her all the new beliefs that she gets to choose today as you take all these old beliefs out of her field, that she's not good enough and that no one picks her. I want you to tell her that you will pick her every single day, that you're going to show up for her, that when she calls on you, you're going to be there, that you're going to prove to her that you are going to show up, that when she feels pain, you're going to be with her in that moment. And you're not going to resist it, and you're not going to be scared because you know that you and her are one and that you get to be each other's support. And she needs you. What color is that bubble she's in now?
Like a blue,
And how does that feel?
calming, assuring, safer.
Mm-hmm. What else does she need to hear from you in this moment that she could go on and live a completely different life filled with her desires, allowing in the things in that she wants? What can you tell her?
That it's okay to just embrace yourself and be you. It's okay to do the things that might scare you, but you are encouraged to do. It's okay to do the things alone. It's okay to be curious and to trust people. It's okay to make new friends. It's okay to forgive people.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to make boundaries and to lose people if they're not taking care of you the way you deserve. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to want more for yourself. It's okay to set your own standards and your own beliefs. And it's okay to have your own wants besides what people want you to want. And that life is too short to try to fit into a mold or hold yourself to the standards of the voices in your head that only see the negative.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to look on the bright side and to stay on the bright side and just to do what makes your heart happy. Don't feel like you have to do what you need to do to survive. You should be doing things that make you feel alive
Mm-hmm.
and to not be afraid to be creative again, to
Mm-hmm.
not fear judgment, and to not have any expectations of people. Just let people be them and you be yourself. I
Mm-hmm.
think I would tell her to do everything from a place of love, actual selfless love with nothing expected in return, and to see people as children too, see the children in people just like you have in
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Don't hang on to everything and don't take things personally.
Yes. Is she believing you? Is she absorbing this?
Yeah,
Yeah. Is that blue energy bubble around her getting more intense? Is she understanding how powerful she is?
I think she's seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel, like there's a path to take, like there's a better way. You don't have to sit in this dark room, you could, there's a different way.
Mm-hmm. I want you to tell her that she's never, ever, ever alone, that she's supported on levels that she doesn't see and possibly doesn't feel, but that she is never alone and that you will never, ever, ever let her be alone. For she is you and you are her. You're one. So no matter if you're in a crowded room or it's just you in there, you are never, ever, ever alone. Does she see that now?
Yeah,
Is it safe for her to let go of this belief now that she's alone or that no one will pick her? Is it safe to let go of these beliefs now?
yes.
So, can you pull these beliefs out? I want you to see those little shadows in her blue bubble, and I want you to just reach in and pull out those gray bubbles within her blue energy bubble and see those as all those beliefs she's held onto up until now, but you're releasing out of her field. It's no longer going to be a part of her coding, for a belief is just a coding. And she just adopted those from her parents. All that pain, all that suffering, all those beliefs, she just adopted those from her parents. So I want you to reach in and pull the belief out that no one picks her. Reach in with your hand, reach out, and I just want you to pluck that gray bubble out of her blue bubble. Yep. And I want you to just throw it behind you. That's right. Disintegrate it. And I want you to reach in and pull the one out that no one wants her. because that's just not a belief she needs to hold on to. Pluck it out, throw it behind you. That's right. That she's going to die alone. I want you to pluck that one out. That's right. Feel how it feels to release those. We don't need them anymore. That's right. That deep breath in, that's a sigh. That's saying, I've let go of this. I've released this. It's no longer yours. Okay. What's the next one in? What's the next one she needs to let go of?
People don't abandon you, they just choose to leave. It's not abandonment. It's just different paths. Not
That's
abandoned.
that's right. Pull that one out. Yeah. Throw it behind you. What's the next one? What's the next one she doesn't need?
The belief that she's not enough, she's more than enough.
That's right. Pluck that one out. Throw it behind you. There you go. What's the next one?
That she's unlovable.
Mm-hmm. Grab that one.
It's like a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one, huh? What's the next one?
That I'm too emotional or dramatic.
Mm-hmm. Good one. Reach in, throw it behind you. That's right. What's the next one?
That I'm mean. I'm not a mean person. I'm not.
No. Take that one out. She doesn't need that one anymore. She gets to be whatever the fuck she wants. What's the next one she needs to get out of there?
Expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to take out the expectation of, I guess, fitting a mold. I don't know. Fitting molds. I don't need to
Mm-hmm.
fit timelines, taking timelines out, expected timelines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. But that one was a big one. What's the next one?
That she's stupid.
Yes, take that one out. What a fucking lie. Take that one out. She doesn't need that. What's the next one? That's right. Let them come up and out. That's just a releasing of the belief. It's a shifting of energy. Has to come up and out. All the emotions attached to it have to be released. That's how we let go of those old bogus beliefs. This is your body saying, we're letting go of this. It's out of our field. It's no longer there. And I want you to let her know that if these beliefs try to creep in, you're going to pluck them out the second you feel them, see them, sense them, smell them. Anytime they come near you, you're going to pluck them out for her. Can you do that? How does that blue energy bubble look now? Does it look clear and powerful, or are there any other shadows in it?
It's just the one more that I need to take out at the bottom, but it's heavy and it's big. And it's the feeling that I'm a bad mom, or like I'm just the belief that I'm a bad parent.
Yeah, take that one out. That one's a big one. I want you to grab that one. However big it is, I want you to grab it out, pluck it out. She doesn't need it.
That one literally looks like a big plate, just holding her feet down.
Uh-huh. You have some resistance to grabbing it?
Right, it just feels like I literally physically like I can't. Like it just looks like a metal plate just stuck to my feet.
Okay,
Either
I want you to shrink it for her. Shrink it down to the size of a postage stamp or smaller. Just literally shrink it down. Now snatch it up. It's just a belief. No belief is bigger than another. I want you to throw it behind you. It's gone. Poof. I want you to picture them all being blown up behind you in a big bonfire explosion. That's right. They're gone. Totally dissolved, resolved. And I want you to let her know that she does not ever have to see them again. And that if they come close, you're going to snatch them out and you're going to do the exact same thing with them. How does that blue energy bubble look now?
clear,
Clear.
um, light.
I want you to energize it. With each breath you take and each beat of your heart, I want you to energize that bubble. I want you to strengthen it with your conscious awareness, knowing that you're creating all of it. Absolutely all of it. And from this moment on, all you're going to create is this powerful, beautiful, radiating energy. This blue energy bubble it includes everything that you desire, all the love, all that beautiful gifting within you just flowing through you. You easily and passionately living out your life in whatever feels the best to you. In fact, I want you to let her know that it is good for you to feel good. It's good for her to feel good, and that she gets to choose to feel good whenever she wants for no reason, no circumstances, nothing. She just gets to feel good. All she has to do is picture this blue energy bubble, and she feels that radiating, powerful being that she is, because she came here to do some big things in the world, to be her most authentic, most beautiful, most radiating her. She gets to be that. And that there is no gray bubbles that get to come in, because this blue energy is so powerful. It's just so powerful. And this gets to be the way she lives her life. So when it feels good to you, I want you to shrink her down to the size of a postage stamp or smaller. And I want you to place her inside of your heart. That's right. Shrink her down and place her in her heart. This way, whenever she needs you, she's going to call out and you're going to hear her, because she's going to be right there in your heart. All you need to do is drop down into your heart and you have that direct connection to her. So reach out, place her in your heart. That's right. Feeling that blue energy bubble pulsating inside of your heart, moving out. See it radiating stronger, stronger, stronger with each beat of your heart and each breath that you take. It's being intensified. Double that intensity. Double it, double it, double it, double it till it could not be stopped. If you tried, there's no way, there's no how. Take a deep breath in, expand it out. Expand it out, going all the way around your body. That's right. Expand it out again. Oh, filling the house you're in. Breathe it in. Expand it out. Your city. Breathe in. Expand it out, the entire world. That's right. Letting this energy pulsate throughout the world, affecting, rippling out, affecting your entire lineage, changing the course of time through this powerful blue energy bubble. This is who you really are. This is what you came here to do. You can open your eyes when you're ready. How do you feel?
You know, funnily enough, I feel like happy and like giddy or giggly, like relief. Yeah.
It's
I feel like,
beautiful.
yeah, I feel like um I did like lock away like the child in me or whatever. And I just acknowledged her and like, yeah, like she feels seen and cleaned off and safer for sure. Validated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you get to keep that relationship going because she needs you. She needs to be heard and seen because she wasn't. She needs to know that her emotions are good. They're her superpower. She feels so deeply because she has so much love radiating out for her. I mean, I saw her. She was glorious, wasn't she? Yeah. And now she's inside of you, just radiating. And you said something really beautiful, which is actually a practice that I do with my clients, which is seeing the little child in everyone. Because we were all that innocent, beautiful little being before we were fucked up by life, right? So I want you, that would be a great practice for you when you attract people who also have your similar wounding and have this fear of abandonment. You kind of do this push-pull thing. That's what we do. We attract someone with our similar wounding. That's what my husband and I did. And we would just do this for years, just with these walls around our heart, because I was like, can't get any closer. Can't get any closer. If you saw the real me, you'd run. So that's what we do as human beings. And another practice I do is also going into the heart and taking off. You have this high, deep, thick wall around your heart, and you got to take brick by brick. You got to take them all down. So you did so freaking good today. There was such little resistance. You just went in guns blazing and you felt it all. And I am just like, you shifted yourself so powerfully today, whether you know it or not. Your life is going to look very, very different.
I really genuinely actually feel like I've been struggling to, I know I'm thinking about chakras and energies, and like I know I had a block like in my throat and my heart, and I just didn't really know what it was, but I genuinely feel like less, like I don't feel blocked anymore per se. I feel like it's even easier to talk. Like I feel like for a long time I would talk and I would have to force words out, and like now it even just feels like it flows, like it feels even graceful almost. It's hard to explain. I'm thankful that you walked me through this and we did this because I really didn't know what to expect, but I think this was a good experience for me and it is going to help me. I think so. I hope so. I'm faithful and hopeful, and I'm gonna do those exercises.
No, hope is low. Hope is a low vibe. You know. You've already decided.
Yeah.
Everything starts with a decision. Once you decide to let go, once you decide to be a different person, you be it like that until the old patterning comes back. That's why I want you to, if you feel those old, I want you to be aware of yourself when you're in these moments, when you're in certain relationships, be aware when those beliefs or if those beliefs try to come back. And I want you to do that physical act of grabbing it and putting it behind you. Sometimes I have my clients flush it in the toilet. Sometimes I have them, whatever feels like will work for them. You got to do that physical thing because the body keeps the score. All your traumas are still within your body. That's why I could walk you through that activity that we just did. That process was because in your body lies all the answers to everything. So you have no idea that process how powerful that process that I did on you, but you will see it in the coming months. If you want to go deeper, I'm opening up a program, beta program. So it's at a very discounted price, but keep a lookout for the emails if you are interested in going deeper. But thank you so much for guiding you. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you to go there with you because I consider it such an honor to be able to go to those places and for you trusting me to go there with you. So
Thank
you're going to need a lot of water today because you did a lot of detoxing, and a Epsom salt bath would be amazing too. But you're going to be processing over the next day, possibly two. But I'd love for you to reach out to me when you feel like you've gone through that process and tell me, what's come up for you in your big breakthroughs. Can you do
Yes.
that?
Will do. Yes.
Okay, darling, you have a wonderful day
You
and you
too.
take really good care of yourself.
You
Okay?
too. Thank you.
Promise?
Yes.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, hun.